Alright, hello, how are we doing? Why isn't my hotkeys working? Now they are, beautiful. Turn the camera on, I'll go from having a green shirt on to a red shirt. Bam! Beautiful, hello. How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. It is WardiTV Championship Qualifier days. It's day number 2 of these qualifiers. We have a straight 16-player lineup for today's qualifier as well, so looking good. I think we maybe want to go uThermal, let Alex first round. I kind of like that. Mixu Baby Marine's also a great opening match. Oh, should we do Mixu Baby Marine first round? I actually think that's a banger. What do you guys like? Mixu Baby Marine or uThermal Alex? Nobody's online anyway, so we've got some more time to figure it out. What's the rest of the brackets say? I think those are the most interesting ones. Lucky Cat Rex is pretty good as well, to be fair. So is Lemon Nice. There's good matches. uThermal's always fun. I might just take whichever one's ready first. I think Mixu Baby Marine will be longer though. But also I kind of like if uThermal and let Alex finish up. I like the winner versus Geralt or Hydra as well. I think that's also a fun match. Whereas I do think the winner of Mixu Baby Marine gets a little bit blasted by Cure in the round of 8. That's my current thought process on things. So yeah, I see Alex. Oh, I see everyone here. I kind of think Baby Marine Mixu is going to be a good one. Let's see. I think uThermal might just. I mean, I'm really enjoying watching let Alex improve and get better. But I do think uThermal is very favored there, whereas I genuinely do think Baby Marine Mixu is a very good matchup. What was the last time Baby Marine and Mixu played? Let's have a peek. 2-1 for Baby Marine and Home Story Cup. Oh, I think we do Baby Marine Mixu. I think we do Baby Marine Mixu. I think that's the play. Sick. Alright, we'll get into this in a few moments, guys. Is ready to rumble. Soundtrack and custom games. I love it. Alrighty. Yes, we'll get things ready to go in just a few. Alrighty, cool. From this line, Q and Rogue are pretty big favorites to qualify. I'm actually super excited to see SOS. I don't know if SOS ever played a WardiTV tournament. I was actually thinking about this, and I'm like, he's probably played something once. But, like, I cannot for the life of me. I'm going to go on the Wikipedia page for SOS, because that has all of his matches ever, right? Down to 2020. Ah, there's no way he's played anything. Maybe maybe I go Aligulac for SOS and Wikipedia only shows me 250 matches. I don't know if he's ever played a WardiTV tournament. How crazy is that? Have a peek. We're waiting for Baby Marine vs Mixu, guys, so they're videoing, so we'll get that going soon. There we go. If I type in Wardi... Ooh, the WardiTV 2023 series opened in November. SOS played Geralt in the round of 32, and then the round of 16. Okay, so he played an Open Cup back in November of 2023. That's the only tournament all time that SOS has played with Wardi in the title. He did play War Chest Team League, but he didn't play Cast of Civil War. Like, War Chess Team League is obviously like, it is an event I ran, but it wasn't my event, it was Blizzard's event. I just ran it for them. Wow, yeah, like SOS is really like not a big. I mean, he was never a big kind of player, and he only ever played like 2 base rate TV events as well, for example. It's actually kind of crazy. He did play some of the other stuff, but I mean, the majority of his games are just premier events. He was never an online kind of guy. That's fascinating. It's so rare to find somebody that it's so rare to find someone who has so little online kind of experience. Just because I've been doing this so long, and these guys have been around so long as well, you know, so I do think it's fascinating. Alrighty guys, we are counting into Ruby Rock in the next couple of moments. Have I run a count on how many tournaments I have run this far? No. What do you reckon the easiest way to figure that out would be? I'm trying to think how you would even count all WardiTV tournaments of all time. Do you just scrape through every single Wikipedia page? I don't know. Maybe we should figure it out, though. That sounds kind of fun. I mean, there must be over 1,000, right? You consider, like, weekly events, and then there's, like, the monthlies we've done. Do qualifiers count as a separate tournament? Like, if you run a qualifier for a tournament, is that a tournament in itself? Because it was, you know, a separate thing? Or is it just part of the bigger tournament? Like, how do you quantify it as well? So many questions to be asked. So many questions. Mixing in the top left, Baby Marine in the bottom right. We're going to start this off with a low ground barracks to begin with. Nothing too surprising about that, honestly. That's pretty regular to begin with. There should be a count on the WardiTV Wikipedia page. Have you ever tried to go to the WardiTV Wikipedia page? It just redirects to me, which does not, in fact, have much of an update at all. You know, okay, I tell you what they do have is if you go on my page, you can see my broadcasts down to a certain point, but it doesn't count all like my weekly events and stuff, you know? Because there's like a lot of events I ran way back when, which they don't count. So it's a whole other question. He was thinking a championship and all its qualifiers is one. Yeah, that would be the more conservative way of doing it, but it sounds less impressive, right? Because like then the entire 2025 championship is one tournament, but then the WardiTV Mondays is also one tournament. Maybe we just have separate counts. How many major events we've run versus how many weekly events we've run, you know? Maybe we do a major minor kind of thing. It'd be kind of a cool stat to figure out, to be honest. I mean, if I'm ever really bored one day, I might try and count it. The problem is, once I count it one time, I'm then going to have to keep it up to date, because I'm going to be too interested and invested to not, you know? So, yeah. Reapers are here, obviously Baby Marine putting some damage in to begin with, nothing too crazy about that just yet. A couple of grenades going down. We are going to be seeing Baby Marine putting some damage onto this hatchery on the left-hand side. It's weird to see Björn not playing in so far 3 out of 5 qualifiers. He's sick. Yeah, he's sick. He's got a bad throat, and I think he's starting to play a couple things, because I'm starting to get some of the games from him for the Korean Royale, for example. But yeah, it's he's just sick, which obviously is kind of sucky for him. And yeah. Not really much else to say, he's just sick. I'm trying to, like, conclude this, but the conclusion is that he's just sick and that he's starting to feel a bit better, but probably not better enough to play in, like, everything, so... Maybe there's a step away. Just gonna see our link speed about to finish. Couple drones, Queen, the Overlord, the hatchery. Building up right now, so get all of that on the go. The Reapers will still gather up and push themselves back up to this high ground. Going through the broadcast page, the Rotty and Roddy Cup number 2 at a 2.7k prize pool for Monday Cup. Is that a record? Yeah, because that was when ESL cancelled the Monday Cup, so me and Roddy came together, and I think we just did, like... I want to say we did all donations, maybe we did half the donations go to the Cup. I can't remember what we did, but clearly it was very, very successful. Clearly it was very successful. Yeah, I remember that was a bonkers day. I want to try and think how much we I think every single donation went to the prize pool actually. It was something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That was peak Monday Cup casting times. The good old days. Who knew the good old days were still so recently? 102 players signed up, yeah. Well, the thing is the ESL Open Cups on Mondays used to have a lot of signups in general. And then, so this was like a replacement, and then we obviously got some hype behind it, so... It was, I mean, those things just got a lot of signups, but to be honest, it was one of the more frustrating things that I fell out of love with casting the Monday evenings for, is because, like, this would be like a 5 to 6 hour cup, but the problem was is that the first 3 hours of this cup were mid at best. We made the most of it. You guys maybe remember us. We used to cast Tingle Tankle every week. He was our Terra and Diamond League hero. And we kind of memed around and kind of made some fun of the whole situation. But the reality is it was just not a fun cup to cast, because I would literally cast for like 3 hours or something before any good game started. And then you lose kind of your choice of games because there's so much competition on who wants to cast what. And it was just miserable. I did not enjoy casting Monday evenings. And then it was really fun at the start. But they like added like best of 5 semi-finals, for example. That was the worst part. They made best of 5 semi-finals, but then the semi-finals didn't play 1 by 1. I was like, I much prefer doing best of 3, then best of 5. Yeah. SCVs gather. Aliens are just going to be there. It's going to be dropping down a quick little crew teamer at the front. 4th base coming into place. Get that set and ready to roll. When are the Korean Royale games going to be posted or casted? That really depends on when I get the replays. I was gonna maybe I could cast one of them today, but that leaves us without an extra game that we need to cast. But maybe I just do the one. Tell you what, I'll actually have to be honest. This run by just ravages Baby Marine's mineral line, so that's amazing. It's gonna be 9 SCVs going down. A lot of SCVs not mining during this as well. Obviously, is a pretty big deal as well. So that's fantastic news. Let's just have our +1/+1 Stimpak coming through. The Lings are gonna rock on over for a couple of moments, as we are just going to be seeing the cleanup happening. Finally will go down, but 13 SCVs in the end is obviously pretty darn decent. Will there be a qualifier with a starting time suited for NA legends like Trigger and Mute? No, I can't run stuff in the problem is that even if I run a qualifier in the NA friendly time, they still have to play at a non-NA friendly time. So if you want to play in the tournament at a non-NA friendly time, you can also play the qualifiers at a non-NA friendly time as well, is what it comes down to. If someone, at the end of the day, if someone really wants to play and the qualifiers mean that they can't, if they just message me, I will do my best to get them an invite. If they have a genuine reason they can't play the qualifiers, I can't promise it, but I will do my best. I'm always very open to helping people play. I mean, I just want people to play StarCraft, you know. A big part of the qualifiers for me is like hyping up the event. You know, and you know, getting some interest in and getting word out that this tournament's going to happen and so on. And it gives everyone a chance to partake, and everyone has a chance to, you know, be part of the main event as well, instead of just my own, you know, invite process. So I'm always open to hear people who want to play but maybe couldn't partake in the qualifiers and stuff as well. According to AI, if you count every weekly cup, the total likely exceeds 500 plus individual events. I mean, that kind of makes sense to me. I mean, put it this way, like, very quickly rattling off, we have 60 Monday Cups, right? So say we have 60 Monday Cups, we have 9 seasons of a team league, so let's just say 70, and then we have, let's say, 3 championship events a year for at least 5 years, that's 15, so there's 85. I don't know why I'm counting so small, I was kind of going to count bigger. My point is that then we had like 80 editions of the SC2 Improved Weekly. We had like at least 30 editions, 40 editions of the WardiTV Weekly. Getting up to 500 might not be easy in that regard, actually, but there's a lot of the weekly cups that would add up, no? Yeah, I think it's the larger ones. If you don't count qualifiers as separate cups, maybe it doesn't go super big, to be fair. When do the Christmas Day games usually get played? Usually a couple weeks before Christmas. Ish. I usually find like a fairly free day that people could play on, and then we just play them a couple weeks before. It's only usually a couple weeks before because I need time to cast them, right? So I need to essentially find time to cast an entire tournament on top of still casting tournaments. Otherwise, I would just do it like 3 days before, or something to have them fresh as possible. But because we pre-cast them, I have to find the time to do that, and in order to do that, it's not a simple affair, you know. So yeah, TLDR, it's usually about 2 weeks before, just to make sure I have the time to cast everything, and just in case there's any issues and stuff, we can get it all sorted, because yeah, it has to be all pre-made. I was thinking of doing a well, I think we're going to bring the Christmas Eve games back again. I thought they were fun last year for a couple of hours. Well, that was a fun little mix-up as well. So I was kind of thinking of doing a full Christmas package where we do the Christmas Eve games, which is a few like show matches. We do the Christmas Day games, which is a full 8-player tournament. And then I was thinking of doing the Boxing Day games, maybe another pre-recorded thing, but with like fun games or something. Probably not going to do it this year because I haven't thought it out enough, but I was thinking recently, like, what if we made the Christmas Day games like a real like 3-day event, you know? So I was thinking on that a little bit about what we could maybe do. Because the pre-recording actually works really well. Obviously, it takes a little bit of time for me to do preemptively, or you know, before we, before the day. But it actually works really well for putting a show on Christmas Day, you know. So I was thinking about how we could extend that and maybe make more use of a cool mechanism that we don't really do otherwise. So Baby Marine's getting absolutely ravaged. Not describing exactly what's going on, but the attack in as Baby Marine was around the side. This third base got under attack. The natural got busted through onto. And the biggest problem of all, really, is that Baby Marine just has no control of this game. This fourth base got denied a little bit earlier as well, so that went down, especially quickly. Just gonna see those Marines coming back through. Just gonna go in and try to fight a little bit. Just gonna be seeing the Marines continue to chase out. Just gonna be seeing the Hydra Bane pulling back to the center. A couple of Vipers on the way. The Infest and the Hydras all building as well. +3 melee, +3 carapace. Coming through too is a couple of Banelings. We'll try and roll in once again. Just going to be seeing the Marines still trying to step forward, and the extra Banelings morphing. 11 of them on the way up, +3 melee, +3 carapace, all producing through. You'll see those Banes crashing in, a couple of the tanks going down. Continue to step forward. These Marines are putting some work in, man. Baby Marine's chance in this game is to basically, kill Mixu now. Like, Baby Marine does not have a long future in this game, but he does have a foreseeable future. So, see how that goes. A couple of these Banes going to crash in toward depots. Marines and Medivac still gathering in the center. Tank pulls off over to the side. The Loonbane Hydra going to get rid of a couple more Marines there as well. Marines still gathering up. Marines are going to gather about. It's a bunch of Lings around the right side. Christmas runs for 3 days this year. Not this year. Maybe next year, though. I was just thinking about what we could do to make it fun, because I really feel like I should, at this point, we do the Christmas Day games every year. We should get a logo made. And the Christmas Day games could be like a 3-part thing. Like, say we do the Christmas Eve games, where it's like, we do like 4 show matches or something, is what we did last year. Trapp's final games at StarCraft, sadly, they were. Then we do the Christmas Day games, which is what we already know and love. And then I was thinking, like, maybe like a fun something on like the day after Christmas. Make it like a 3-day package, and then do the Christmas, because I do stuff the day after Christmas as well. But if I did a pre-recording of like a few hours of like 2v2s or something, that might be like a fun way to mix it up, That might be a fun way to do things a little bit differently. I don't know if that's overload. I just feel it's like that period where like every year I look and like no one's online, and I'm just like, we could pre-make a tournament for that, The only thing to me is I just have to keep an eye on my phone, because I have to press the ads and stuff every now and then to try and keep them out of the games and just make sure that it doesn't turn off. But that's not really an issue with what I do, because I'm still in the house for the most part in those days. So yeah, it's like I say, it was an idea I had to maybe we expand it a little bit. I usually go to family home or anything on Christmas. We our current, so it's changed a lot, because obviously me and Helen moved in a few years ago together, and we've been kind of figuring out how to do Christmas. But our current vibe for Christmas is we just stay home through the day. We go see, I see my family on the evening of on like Christmas Eve night, And then we like go over a few days before to see them as like together. And then on Christmas Day, we just stay home until the evening. So me and Helen just kind of chill. We have Ellie and just enjoy the day. And then in the evening, we go over to Helen's parents and have like a little meal just for a couple hours and then come back home. So usually what happens is the Christmas Day games finish while I'm at Helen's parents. And so yeah. I'm remoting into my PC to like turn the stream off, and I'm keeping an eye on my phone to see whether or not it's whether or not everything's going wrong or if it's okay and stuff like that. So it's pretty minimal. Like I say, I usually just interact with chat a little bit and then like I say, make sure the stream's not crashing. And if I need to run a few ads, and stuff as well. Does Ellie open up her own gifts? I mean, we don't bother wrapping them because I actually think she just eat the wrapping paper. But I mean, she does. She goes crazy when she gets them. She loves them. She does really love her toys. She is definitely a toy dog. Yeah, she loves Christmas. She knows it as well. Like she usually gets she gets a Christmas Eve box from Helen's mom, and so it usually has like a little treat in it and like a little toy, and she usually already loves that. And she just knows on Christmas Day she comes downstairs. She's ready to go in. We usually just put them out on the rug for her in the living room, and she just she gets them and she like whizzes around. She can't decide which one to play. Yeah, she's cute. She's pretty cute. Will there be a dog cam for Christmas so we can see your golden look confused at storm damage? Well, unfortunately, the games are pre-recorded. I could do some pre-recorded Ellie. Ellie faces and just put them up on screen. Because I mean, the whole thing's prefabricated. It's pre-played, pre-casted. I could edit some stuff in if I needed to. Waiting for the Christmas tree as well. Yep. That's soon. That's Monday, no? Monday's December 1st. Oh, what a great day for December 1st to be on. WardiTV Mondays, the Sellout Tree Edition. I can already see it, and it's amazing. That means I need to go to the store and buy some name tags. They always look at me funny. They're like, "Why are you buying 400 name tags?" I'm like, it's for work. And they're like, "You give something to everyone at work?" I'm like, "No." I just hang their names on a tree, and they're like, "What? You hang them on a..." I'm like, it's a long story. It used to be more awkward when I bulk bought the freaking baubles, like the actual ornaments. Like, then they were really like, "How big is your tree?" And I'm like, "Not big enough for all of these." It usually falls over. She's got a lot of friends, yeah. Ling's going to show up early on this natural expansion. Not going to get too much done right away. Pretty peaceful first couple of moments there. As we just have the drones moving about, Banshee and the Hellions coming over. And yeah, a couple queens on the way through as well. These Lings have denied this natural, so that's kind of a big deal. Lifting that up in the skies. I mean, Hellions should be able to fight out of this. Obviously, you're going to have to kite back. There's a good amount of Lings to get up that ramp. As soon as you up the ramp, I mean, now you're 6 Hellions. You should be absolutely fine here. Sorry, 5 Hellions. About to be 6. There's number 6. These Lings are committing. Maybe going to get a Hellion out of it? Not even. Yeah, Mixie should have turned tail and ran. That's one of those moments where if you're going to do something like this, you got to know when your time to get the hell away is going to be, So, I think that was a moment of overbelief in yourself and in what you had. I think that's one of those times when you probably should have been looking to get out instead. Hey, what's up, Rack? Thank you so much for the 5-month in a row, 18 months total resub. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. A couple SUVs pull forward to repair up the Hellions, just to make Twitch chat look a little silly. You call out no repair on the Hellions, he's going to repair them Hellions. Woohoo! Yeah. You should say I have a massive tree. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to put that up on Sunday. Ugh. Very exciting. can see the Hellions coming about, trying to see what's going on. As Hellions gather, a few queens stepping about. The Baneling Nest about halfway done. Currently, Evolution Chamber going to finish real soon as well. Lair about to complete, and those Hellions and the Reaper get back to the center, taking down the creep tumor as we go. Those Hellions will continue to come around. There's going to be the Banshees getting rid of the hatch bottom left. Clean that up, get rid of it. Ling Bane still coming through. The couple of Queens coming over. Overlord and Overseer in production. Watching these Banshees, they could have had another drone there heading down to that bottom left-hand side again. Speed coming up, Carapace coming through. We actually dive in with the Hellions over on this other side. Stimpack's still coming through to finish. Bane Nest is getting that Bane speed. The Carapace upgrade coming up as well. 14 additional Lings, the few drones coming through. There's the hatchery on the gold base. You see the Banshees heading down to that bottom right-hand side. Get a missile turret up in the mineral line over on the right here. Get that third base operational. And see where we're going to be taking things over the next few moments. Again, that Baneling speed will be finishing shortly. Marine is actually kind of in a rough worker spot, but in a good army supply spot if you could get going some kind of time soon, but he will not have upgrades for a while. Do me and Helen have any Christmas menu or table stables? I mean, we just have a very typical, what I would call at least a very typical, like, kind of British roast dinner, I guess, but, I mean, we always do like the full. I guess we do like the full cabana for Christmas Day. Helen always say parsnips make. Helen always does like parsnips for Christmas Day, and I don't like parsnips, but she does them for Christmas because she likes them. And then she says that that's what makes her feel like it's Christmas because she gets the the couple things that she doesn't make anytime we just have like a regular roast dinner, you know. I wouldn't say there's anything like particular. We just make it all like roast potatoes. Good, to be honest. It's just good is my summary. Carapace upgrades coming straight through. And he's just going to fight. Hatch taking some damage. Just going to see those Lings and the Banes still heading over the right-hand side. Trying to see a little bit more of what opportunity kind of sits around over here. We've seen a couple drones going down. We will have the Marines getting back onto this hatch here as well for a couple of moments. Melee upgrade, Carapace still coming through. Got those few Lings on the way about. Queens on the way through as well. Just bringing a lot of this into play. We've got ourselves the upgrade still building from Bane Marine. He tries to hang in around that bottom left-hand side. A couple of Marines coming over, chasing after some Banelings. Combat Shield and the Drilling Claws coming about as well. Just see those Marines going to stim in toward this bottom left base. These Zerglings are going down quickly. Banes probably can't get there, and this army is a little bit too big right now. Mixu is in some trouble. Banelings not finding the Marines. Tanks need one more shot. Get rid of these last Banelings. One of them actually connects, so it makes it a lot better than this entire situation maybe felt like it should have been. In the end, Mixu just says GG. Anyway, though, this is just going to go a little bit too far, and that is going to be all they wrote on this game 2. And we go to a game 3 to open up our series today. So, just like that, we're going to go the distance. Listening to what he makes me excited about SE2 and Christmas. Oh, damn, we're doing things right then, aren't we? Amazing. I love it. Celestial Enclave coming up. What's the bracket looking like? Rogue Rex going to be playing in the round of 8 already. SOS already advanced over Perceive. Geralt advanced over Hydra. Cure over Winged. A couple of matches still happening in the round of 16, this being one of them. We'll probably just... I mean, Geralt, uThermal, the Alex section isn't ready yet. We'll see where we're at. It might just be we follow the winner of this in versus Cure, and we just stick with this kind of section of the bracket, which we know we're going to be able to kind of get through fairly comfortably, I think. So that might just be the plan here as we make our way around. Cool. All right, we'll get this set, guys. Hangers between me and Cure, you even killed a Reaper once? Nice. There are 365 Liquipedia pages with WardiTV as the organizer. Wow, that's a great one. That's a great way to find it. Oh, that's fascinating. That is a great way to check it. I can tell you what's missing though. Is the tournaments I ran before I was WardiTV. New challenge underway. Yeah, so there was a bunch I ran as SC2 Improve, and there might just be some I ran as Wardy as well. That's still pretty crazy though. So 365 Wikipedia pages. Obviously that counts qualifiers and so separately, but I don't think that's a crazy thing. Like, to be fair, a qualifier is no different than running a weekly cup, right? Really, give or take. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. SV's barracks on the way up. Nothing proxied though. Nothing even on the low ground. Just a very regular high ground racks to kick us off there. Just gonna see this Overlord from Mixu heading up towards the top side of the maps. Just gonna make a chance to get in position over on the other side as well. Take a couple of moments. He is heading to the upper right hand side to take a few moments. So yeah, just getting set up here. See where we go, see what happens. Is this the first game? This is the first series of the day. Sorry, I didn't update the score. It is 1-1. It's game 3 of this matchup at the moment. Speed still building through. The Baneling nest coming up, a few lings in the center. There is over here the SCV wandering around a little bit as well. Just on a little bit of a wander, trying to see what's up. People will actually save the SCV. Nice grab. Alright, Bayonet's coming through. Obviously, that does suggest aggression this early in the game. A little grenade coming down. Lots of lings on the way through, obviously, with that ling speed popping. We've got a couple lings already on the other side. It's important to pre-morph some Banelings, but ideally you have 5 Banelings here, so that part's not great. Oh, what you might want to do is you might want to make this Reaper turn home and then hide the rest of the lings that he's making. Already bunker on the high ground, though. Baverine is pretty well set. He's definitely like, what the hell are you doing? So yeah, a little bit aware as the Baneling started more from the other side. Reaper sees it as well. I mean, you could not be more prepped for this mentally, as Banemarine right now. Like, he just knows what's up. He knows what's happening. He knows the dealio. And I mean, with the bunker behind the high ground, I just don't see how you ever succeed here as Mixu. You're gonna need like 3 times the Banelings of what you actually have to work with. You're gonna crash through. The depots go down. The bunker's on a walled-off position. The SCVs can repair. So you're never killing the bunker. That's just GG. Baverine advances through to play against Cure. It's as simple as that. That's the defense to get you through to the next round very comfortably. Cool. What are we gonna do then? I'm kind of tempted to. Geralt just came. Geralt's out of game for a minute or two. Let's see if I can spot uThermal. So I think uThermal and Let Alex are still playing. What do you guys think? I think we wait for uThermal and Let Alex to finish and we cast the winner versus Geralt, and the winner of that would then play Cure or Baverine. I think that's just gonna lead us along nicely, to be honest. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna go for that. I think we'll just wait for uThermal to come out of game. And then we'll have him versus Geralt. Otherwise, it's Baberine Cure, and I love Baberine, but I do think versus Cure might be a little bit tough. So yeah, Yeah, I think we'll wait for Geralt. I mean, it might be PvP, but Alex could beat uThermal, right? So that's not a guarantee that uThermal would advance, but I think that's a more interesting match no matter what. Again, no hate to Bay Marine, just it's freaking cute, man. His TVT is freaking amazing. So show Geralt, please. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. Yes, uThermal. Yeah, no, I'm into it as well. All right, we're all on the same page then. So we'll do a little bit of waiting because obviously, like I say, that match is not done just yet. Alright. So yeah, we'll take a couple moments, guys, and we'll be back on it soon. Just waiting for, like I say, a result between uThermal and Let Alex. Don't have that just yet, but when we do, we can figure it out, maybe. At least says woof woof woof. So I'm hearing. Yeah, not sure how long uThermal and Alex have been in game for, but feels pretty lengthy. I know they're playing. I'm just waiting for to try and get any update on them. Nobody's in game with them either. Okay. Okay. Alright, guys. Take a couple moments. Right, I will just step away for a couple seconds as well. I'll be right back. Hello guys, like I said, just trying to figure stuff out in terms of what's going on and happening. Lovely. Alright, cool. Hello everyone, how we doing? We're just waiting, basically, TLDR. Waiting for Let Alex versus uThermal to finish. Rogue is going to be waiting for SOS or Lemon. Lemon just 2-1'd over Nice, so Rogue will be waiting on that qualifying match in the round of 4. This, if Let Alex and uThermal take any longer, we might not even get a round of 8. We might be straight into the semi-finals today. Also, by the way, Look at the sub count, by the way. It just fixed itself overnight, no? Isn't it back to where it was? I don't even know. I don't know what the sub count's doing, man. It's freaking everywhere lately. Like, I swear it's bugged to some extent, which is kind of crazy, but like, it actually feels like that's the case. Actually wild. Twitch, get it together. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. Yay. Alrighty guys, we will get moving soon. Just waiting. I keep saying we're going to be moving soon. I've actually got no idea because I've got no idea how long it's going to take. Do. Hey, what's up, Stardom? Thank you so much for the 5 and 3 subs. 600 looks better. It does. Thank you so much for pushing us up to 600. Appreciate you. Hey, that Alex is out of game and uThermal. A result, maybe? Question mark? Do we have a match coming through? It's Geralt uThermal. It was a 2-1 though. So Geralt uThermal going to be our round of 8 matchup, guys. Perfect. Alright, we'll get invites going and we'll get this ready to kick off. Sick. Sick. Bum 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 bada bum. Alright, so we're just videos away from getting into this thing, guys. Cool. Alright, sorry, just looking through some stuff while we get some videos going, guys. Give me a sec. Alright, yeah, we just take a couple moments then, guys. Cool. Thanks for your patience. And yeah, we'll be into this in a sec. Looks like Geralt is hosting already, even. see moved from one menu to the other. My friend list updated, but no sign of a game just yet, but surely soon. Surely soon. Does subs get replays nowadays? Yep, you can find the most recent replay pack on the Discord in the subscriber channel. If you need any help once you get to the Discord. Basically, you just link your Twitch and your Discord together. You get them. So yeah, any issues, just ping me in Discord. But TLDR, link your Discord and your Twitch. There's a subscriber channel. Replays go in there. It's about once a month nowadays. We are due a new replay pack soon. So that's coming. I just need to find a morning where I have a little bit of time to get it done. Probably, maybe over the weekend. Maybe over the weekend. It might happen. Incredible stuff, I know. I got baited by Geralt's menu change, but he's back to... They're still vetoing, I presume. Yay. To be fair, we've not had like a really bad downtime day for a while. So maybe today's that day where we just sit around waiting a little bit. Celestial Enclave is going to be the map. Perfect. So we have a map. And we'll get the colors fixed because they're currently blue. Alright. Countdown's good. And we're going to be in game in a second. Pick this up and get this rolling. In the top right-hand corner, the blue Protoss player is going to be Geralt. In the bottom left, our right Terran is uThermal. Is that the world record timing for intros? Intros done in 3.5 seconds? Might just be. Oh, so I was ready for it. I was ready to introduce those players. Not messing around. Alrighty, so we get ourselves the command center producing some SCVs, and we get what's likely going to be a funky game because there's already an SCV across the map. And going into the in-base, because obviously this is a worker-only wall pathway, so you can come in here, and he's going to build the barracks inside the in-base expansion. Now Geralt's going to go out this way to scout. Oh, he's going to check it. Disaster for uThermal. Disaster for uThermal. Geralt can now pretty much just deny this barracks, and that's going to be very rough, as we're just going to be seeing a couple probes. Going to start nibbling. I don't think the SCV has a chance to go where it needs. Okay, that's a good start. This area here, the probes can't attack it in that space because of the double mineral block. If he goes here as well, also unattackable. Need to attack straight away when you get the chance. uThermal will restart the building process to force the SCV to move. Needs the RNG, doesn't get it, and that means cancelled barracks. And the RNG does not go his way. Already built a barracks at home as a replacement, so begins to prep for worst case scenario. In this case, which worst case scenario is in fact just not being able to get the barracks up on the other side, so that is obviously pretty rough. Puts you in a difficult place. And we'll see where we go from there. Expansion from Geralt, and uThermal obviously a few seconds behind on his build order. Because of the barracks cancel, that's going to slow down pretty much everything. Cyber core will complete. The factory and the orbital command still building through. Just gonna have ourselves the probe here. We'll nibble at the SCV as well. Nibble, nibble. Some damage being done. Probe coming around the other way. SCV gets there to try and block it. Good job. That's good positioning. SCV is kept healthy for the moment. Factory. And now the high ground command center as we just put ourselves in position to get an expansion going. uThermal going to try and recover from this early state of the game, which has obviously been less than ideal for him. So like I say, now it's recovery time a little bit. And what tab up in Discord, the replays, they're in the subscriber tab. So if you go to your settings and connected accounts and you link Twitch and Discord, it should automatically update you with the subscriber role, and then the thing should appear. The channel should appear. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just called like connected accounts. It's something like that in your Discord settings. You just connect your Twitch to your Discord and it just knows you're a subscriber. It'll give you the role automatically. Linked accounts, maybe. That would probably be it. Just gonna see our Proby continues to move about for a couple moments as it does go down to the Reapers, which are now here. We're building 2 Reapers at a time off that reactor. Stalker got a bit of damage done. Now gonna chase back out the other direction. Away we go. Stalkers will turn back around and move up into position. And you're going to see that Hellion taking a couple shots. The SCVs are pulled. I was going to say, if we're going to have them pulled, we may as well get them repairing the reactor as well. Why the heck not? Just make a whole lot of sense. Blink and the warp gate continue to come through as well, so we just bring all of that online. And these few Stalkers on the other side, sorry, still poking about as well, trying to see what else they might be able to do. The orbital command will come back into position. The Hellions and the Reapers are going to run down, try and trade with these Stalkers. We're going to get at least the one pretty quickly. So that's not bad at all. We're actually going to get a second before the recall goes off, so that's going to be amazing. So that's going to be a great win early as the Reaper Hellion will now actually go across the map. So that was 2 Stalkers for 2 Hellions. You love that trade. And just go across, and I mean, you shouldn't be able to do much up that ramp unless you just try and dive the mineral line. There is a force field available. Gonna hit the sentry. I mean, force field the ramp, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But the Reapers can still jump up. Oh, was that a mistake? You do have a battery in the main base. The Reapers can just about out-damage the battery. Grenade going down, buffs them out of the way. Another Reaper shows up. The Stalker will finally get 1 kill. The Hellion gets in. Just gonna go for as many kills as we can get. To be fair, we have to use the energy recharge on the battery as well, so you do force some of the some work to be done during all of that. That is going to be the Reapers going down. uThermal gets only 3 workers. I think overall he probably wanted more realistically in that scenario. Next is going to finish up on the low ground. Observer coming over. And see our charge and our Stalker still building through. Marine tank Banshee coming about. A couple of barracks on the way in. It's going to be seeing a couple SUVs down the low ground. Couple of Zealots will warp in. Charge is about halfway done. Raven coming up. Barracks on the way. Marines and the siege tank still building through. Zealot just gonna warp in, hang about for a couple of moments. Let me just take a couple moments to see what comes next. Gameplay denial on the Banshees, pretty well done. An easy shutdown for the moment. Medevac Marine Road all coming through. Stimming the +1, still building as well. Well, auto turrets will hit the mineral line in the back. A couple probes begin to go down. The stalks to the bottom right side. Just nice to have something here that can deny some mining. uThermal obviously has had a bit of a rough game, so anything you can do to get back on track is generally going to be a big help to him. Oof. As medevac goes down. Medevacs are very low, but just about able to escape away with the mines and marauders gathering together. +1 attack. Going to finish very soon as well. Now, Stalkers will just go straight in after the depots. Depot taking a few shots. Goes down immediately. And the Stalkers continue to move about. Bang bang. Then we get rid of a couple of these probies. It's always the craziest time when the Banshees find the most damage, isn't it? That's crazy amounts of damage. 15 workers down, 1 Banshee lives even. Now Geralt on his way to Storm to follow up in this game. If uThermal has any intention of moving out anytime soon. I mean, he's a 2-base Terran though, like... In fact, he really is a 2-base Terran as well. I didn't even really notice that he still didn't have a third. I thought it was just on the way at this point, but... That is genuinely a problem. So I guess uThermal is going to go as these ghosts pop out. It's going to be pretty much just go time for him. When are we gonna go? Like right now we're just sitting here, but surely we can't just sit here forever. Kids building. Next in the armor upgrade coming by. Mine's the missile turret coming through the Ghost Academy. And those extra I mean, I just don't know when we're going. Like, how much do you wait for? Is he literally just going to 2-base max and go? That's wild. Like, he's playing like he's sat on 4 bases. Obviously, that could not be less true. Honestly, kind of crazy. Geralt just has base of a days, meanwhile. Oh. Move out into the instant feedbacks. Try and push through. Couple storms. Oh, gotta get out of those storms. Can't run into storms nowadays. They just add up a little bit too much for how long they last. This was just not it already. I feel like this was already the attempt, and then this is already just not what we needed, no? Rough. EMP on the High Templar. So let's keep on trying to run through. A couple feedbacks onto the medevacs. G. Alright guys, I've got puppy cam for you guys. While I grab a few bites to eat. No, Ellie cam's not working. Ellie cam, no. We need you. Oh, Ellie comes back. Hang on. Trying to get some sick Ellie cam position. There we go. Hi Ellie, here's your payment. Yeah, be one sec, guys. Game 2 of this BO3. As we have in the top left-hand side, the blue Protoss is going to be Geralt, taking on the red Terran down in game bottom right, it's uThermal. For a proxy down a second game in a row. Hopefully this time it actually gets to come up already. Get that in position. We'll see where this proxy takes us. Let's take a couple of seconds. Get this all underway. And yeah, next is Cyber Core Zealot. Continue to come through as well. Factoring the orbital command going to come online. And that SCV just going to go nibble at the probe for a couple of moments there too. So just going to move that along. As that factory comes into play, and that Marauder is going to be on the proxy, so aggression coming through, but no concussive shells yet, at least. No concussive shells just yet, as we just have, again, the Marauder. Coming across, the SCV, just moving around. Probe on a little bit of a journey as well, as the SCV comes to chase it for a little bit. Concussor shells will finish. Hellions on the follow-up. Do you have a battery on the way down now? This Stalker needs to be super careful. He's going to be saved by the fact Concussor shells isn't ready yet. Otherwise, that would have been a dead Stalker. As it stands, it's still not exactly great. 2 4 Marauder shots. Shield's gone. Now this Pylon in trouble. Battery not done for a few more moments. I think it is going to finish in time, though. Again, Stalkers can't chase too far because of Concussor shells. But I gotta remember that. The Probe's now pulling through as well. And I want to keep some of these Marauders back as they get low. Gonna kill a couple workers here. Here's the Hellions, gonna help a lot against the Probes. Oh, Geralt walks down the ramp too far. The rough part of this is that Stalker then gets healed up, and that's gonna be a lot of battery energy gone. This is actually a good choice. If you target the Pylon, what happens is if the battery targets the Pylon, you can then hit the Stalker, because the Stalker won't get healed because you can't stop the battery from targeting the Pylon until the Pylon is fully healed. So hitting the Pylon there was a perfect call out of uThermal, and this Zealot doesn't change anything as well because the Hellions are gonna help a lot. That's going to be a GG, and that's going to be a Game 3 on the horizon between these two players. So we will get into a Game 3 of this in a couple moments. Get that ready to go. Get that rolling. I'm going to go to 10,000 feet. And if uThermal will join the lobby, we'll be good to go, guys. Awesome. Alright, let's get into it, guys. In the bottom right-hand side, we're going to have the blue Protoss player losing to the proxy in that game 2 after scanning the proxy in game 1. It's going to be Geralt here, up against uThermal in the top left, our red Terran. Guess what it's time for, guys? Proxy time. 2 barracks this time around instead of just the single one, so that means there'll be no factory at home and nothing in that regard this time around. We've seen our second barracks coming into place again, getting the assimilator continue to come through. Just have ourselves a probe. Gonna run straight over. He scouts the entire natural, then runs straight up to the front. So the thing is this is quite far along before being seen. It's good positioning. It's going to be difficult to realistically stop the SCVs. I think, yes, one barracks is going to struggle to get up, but the other barracks actually, absolutely does get up here. We're going to just go Marines from this point. We do have the second SCV ready to take over building. Should the first one die? Couple probes get some shots off, though. 2 more SCVs about to arrive. We're fully committing to this proxy commitment. We want to send it. There's a Marine. That's going to put good damage out onto the probe, and we start to push forward. No low ground nexus. If I'm uThermal here, I think we just bunker the low ground. Yeah, and we just try to play from this kind of a position. We're going to see the probes being pulled. We're going to try and put some damage onto the SCV. The Marine will take some shots as well, but the most important thing here from uThermal is he didn't stop building that bunker. As much build time on that as possible. Now pulls back as the Zealot shows up. But with the second second Marine arriving, the damage output on the Zealot is enough to make it reconsider just standing there and tanking through that. Well, Pro's going to pull. We're desperate not to let this bunker come up. That is a lot of lost mine time. That's where this attack starts to do a little bit more overall. Some of these Pros will, in theory, should definitely go down because it's going to get very close. We have a Stalk out now as well. I mean, I think the bunker's far enough away that it will not get to finish here. One more Marine showing up. Stalk going to get pushed very far back. You might just have to commit the Stalker through onto these Marines. The SCV stepped forwards, unfortunately, which means that it was much more easily targeted than you wanted it to be. Obviously, uThermal pulled a lot of SCVs to make this happen as well thus far. Do we have another SCV anywhere nearby? It's coming from across the map. Because the bunker, to be fair, is still low. Still close to being done. And again, that bunker up does create a lot more complications for Geralt in terms of clearing this out. SCV's coming around the corner right now. 2 Stalkers are arriving. Marines need to push the Stalkers back right now. I think we're going to have enough damage build time. We are going to get the Marines in the bunker. All right, bunker finishes then. So that's going to be a big deal. That gives you at least a hold on this low ground. Command center now building from uThermal as Geralt builds into the robo facility that's currently halfway done. Yeah, I'm going to get that healed up as well. You can see the couple Stalkers will shoot. The bunker will take a few more shots of damage. Robo facility finishing shortly. Those extra gates coming online as well. Barracks. I'm just going to step across again. Couple more shots. Barracks taking a few more hits. And again, just going to see the extra gateways continue to come through. That barracks still floating over that right-hand side. Sentry in production. Obviously, no warp gate just yet as we play the 3-gate robo on the 1 base right now. Settling down over here. And Prism going to go on a bit of a journey. That barracks still floating. Just have the, again, starport not far from being done as the Immortal Sentry will come up with a warp gate alongside it. Yeah, I mean, uThermal prepping to play defense at home. Cyclones on the way. If the Cyclones can stay clear of trouble, they're generally going to be one of your best ways to getting some work done here. So definitely expecting that to be a big factor in the coming moments. Marine moves back toward the top. Stalker's going to start poking. These Cyclones are super important, but the Prism allows you to micro away from the Cyclone lock-ons, which is huge. That's why the Viking's going to be very important as well to try and push this back properly. Get rid of that Prism and get rid of a lot of your problems right now. Cyclone's still locking on. Just going to see the Stalker actually going down, so we get a kill. Remember, Geralt is 1 base, and yes, uThermal is stuck on 1 base, but he does have another command center. So it's pretty necessary for us to break through this here as Geralt, basically. Is what this is going to currently come down to, it seems. Keep those raised, tank halfway done, Nexus on at the 3rd base, the few Stalkers and Zealots coming around the right-hand side. Finally going to break out of this bunker. Took a while. But we will get there. Bunker will indeed fall. Sentry will open in as well, try and keep uThermal in the main base. uThermal has enough to really break out of this now, but it will be a slow process. Geralt ended up expanding over to that far left side, so it's going to be a bit of an out of position expansion in the end. Charge still just Chrono boosting along for a couple of moments, so we keep that moving over Starport going to relocate. The charge still building. A couple of Stalkers there taking some shots from the tank fire as well. Just currently. And we're going to pull it back and just get away. So in the end, I mean, Geralt is mining from his expansion sooner than uThermal is. uThermal is set up to expand here. I don't think Geralt can do anything else about this just yet. So I think that part of this is going to come to a resounding close. Still taking some shots. Probes across the map going down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, the Vikings land onto this expansion. Wow, so 5 workers going to make it 6. They'd get more if they chase, but obviously the Vikings are kind of slow at chasing on the ground, so they're not going to. He doesn't know the probes are just there. He's actually doing some legitimate damage to the expanders. We are going to lose the Immortals because we dive in. The Cyclones kill the Prismov. Oh no. This is actually getting kind of nasty. The Vikings is going to lift up and leave because the recall is going to bring units over, but then the Vikings can just go elsewhere, and this is becoming a little miserable. This one Viking was not really controlled with the others. Good split from Geralt. Tries to come back down here, preemptively deal with these Vikings before they get into a position to do anything else. Yeah, 7 probes going down, and that was absolutely brutal. This has turned into 100% the kind of game that uThermal wants to be playing. Everything's looking just very cozy for him thus far in this game number 3. A chance to get into the qualifying matchup today, which would likely be against Cure, but no confirmation just yet, of course. Or was there? Sorry, let me actually check the bracket. Yes, it is against Cure if you win this and move into that round of 4. Storm about halfway done. A couple of Vikings still moving through. Just having our Stalkers still moving about. Now those Stalkers get to the center. Well, Viking's going to be right there as well, as you just have concussive shells, +1 attack upgrade, continuing by Zalt Stalker pulls off over to the sides as well for the moment. Stalkers want to go in after those Vikings and giving good chase for a couple of moments there. Marine tank, Order Mine, going to make a move outward. It's a big push, and obviously Geralt's not exactly had the greatest of times here. What does he have about him to defend? He's got Storm, he's got Charge, he's got himself 4 High Templars in the Prism. Marines coming through, Cyclone lock onto the Prism is dangerous. We already lost 1 Prism in that way this game. Zealots start to step through. This is a little bit too soon. We kind of need the Storms to come in and help with this. The Zealots just die. Now we're going to drop Storms. The Marines can maybe just run through the Storms. That's exactly what they try to do, but all the Storms actually do work out. I feel like we just should have kept moving. Geralt just kept dropping Storm after Storm. If you just keep moving through that, then it feels much more potent, as we do see the couple of Archons going to be forced back. The hallucinations coming back into play as well. Just going to see the Bio still pushing forward. A few probes going down. Mine goes off from hallucination. There's not a lot of units left here from uThermal. He's still in a good position overall. He needs to be able to deal with this. The Archon is going to be exposed to the mines. A couple more mines still out the front there, which we could really do with just clearing up. Geralt could do with clearing up as much as possible overall. As we have the Branson still coming about, Marine Marauder Medevac coming through, the armor upgrade coming around as well. Medevac will boost. Just going to linger on that right-hand side as uThermal sits with a 10 worker lead, 20 army lead. Geralt is up to the 3 bases now. uThermal will get his own 3rd command center on the way with additional barracks to keep rallying up a response in this game. Geralt's unit count is not great. It's 3 High Templars, 8 Stalkers, 5 Zealots as well is really rough. Just doesn't feel like you have the tankiness you're looking for. Obviously super reliant on the Storms right now to help him out. Water Mine's there, will help against some of the Zealots already. The drop on the right side is not moving just yet, though that might start moving as there's attack at the front. There's nothing in the main base, so it would be 100% a good place to drop into. So that would not be a bad choice of action, just isn't moving for that just yet. In the end, we do come around. The Zealots get a bit of a better surround than I thought they might in the end. As uThermal will be forced to lift up there. That is going to be the cleanup for the moment, so that is going to shut this down. Actually, sorry, fighting at the front as well. Storm coming down. uThermal is just about able to fend this off and keep this from becoming a bigger factor just yet. I mean, 7 probes going down is just adding up. That damage is growing, and Geralt is not exactly stabilizing here as those High Templar still very much so alive. The Archon, I was going to say, giving itself up unless we Prism Lift, and we do not Prism Lift. We do lift against the mines at least, but would it be nice to have an Archon alive? Archons are pretty good, believe it or not. Geralt's just, again, having issues dealing with the damage that's coming in from pretty much everywhere right now. High Templar dropping down once more. Again, the Marine Marauder still coming up, Medevac and everything else coming over as well. On the left, going to chase the Prism. A couple of Zealots going to get jumped on as well. Wooden Mines will continue to burrow up. And again, we look at this bottom side base as a location we can definitely aim to attack onto here. Prism taking another shot from the Wooden Mines. Going straight down the bottom. The Zealots are going to charge through. 10 probes already going down because the big drop in the main base this time is going to be an issue. The Immortal's not exactly going to save you there. Geralt overwhelms on the left, but he has absolutely lackluster defense in the main. Even the recall is kind of lackluster. A different positioning. Maybe uThermal could have even fought against that recall. Just going to try and bait out Storms, waste energy. I don't think he has any true intentions of committing in just yet. But just says, why the hell not just, again, make a Storm or two and not have that when I do commit in for reals. And what is honestly probably not too far away from happening either, to be honest, at this stage. uThermal is still poised on that right side, just trying to play around the edge of the base as well. So just in general, across the board, having a fun time. Taking positions, setting up, and all the rest of it. And Storm down to a few bio units too. As this goes down, Wooden Mines will burrow. Pylon falls. A couple of Wooden Mine shots still firing up. Because moving forward, a couple more Zealots are going around. The army's still gathering. Another Liberator wanting to try and set up if possible. Going to try and go right to the front there. A couple of Wooden Mines are going to step through. Zealots are going to charge in from both sides. Liberator shots ready to go. Storm onto the right side. You can see the lack of units here from Geralt. He's also down in upgrades, so a lack of units and your units just aren't as effective as your opponents, and you really cannot just add up to the situation that we're in right now, which is that Geralt is in too much trouble, realistically, and this one is probably going to go the way of uThermal. But we kind of know, I feel like we've known that for a while. It's just, it's been a very slowly playing out game. uThermal is not exactly in a rush to finish it. He's going to play cautiously against those Storms. He's got more libs on the way. He's got a more secure way to close this out, basically, coming sooner rather than later. So no need to rush in and potentially throw it away. Just going to be as cautious as he can be. And making this series work in his favor after a disastrous game 1. In this game 3, it looks as though it might be disastrous too, with the proxy still being scouted kind of early. uThermal will have enough. We'll get the GG out of Geralt here, who is now warping in a singular High Templar in the hopes of a dream. GG's. uThermal 2-1 is going to get to the qualifying matchup, which will be against Cure. That will be the second matchup, as Rogue SOS were ready first. So we're going to hop on over to Korea and get that ready to rumble. So let me jump to Korea and get ready for Rogue SOS. SOS 2-1 over Lemon to advance in over Rogue. Cool. Alright, Rogue SOS coming up for a qualifying matchup here. Yeah, guys, sorry, just to clarify, yes, uThermal was Rat Gameplay, or whatever his name was over there. It was indeed. So we're going to go Rogue SOS for the first qualifying matchup here, guys, and then uThermal Cure will be the second. So that will be how things go. Our top 4 seeds make the top 4. Alright, couple of moments, guys. Got this ready to go. Perfect. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes of videoed. Got a couple more videos and then we'll go. Cool, cool, cool. One more map video, some map picks. And kick this off, guys. This gap between series is brought to you by Sleepy Puppies. It's very rare that she stays here after I've eaten. She's just chilling today. Yo, what's up? Tamia Leibovich, how you doing? Thank you so much. Amazing channel, thanks for your hard work. Thank you so much for the super chat, mate. 7 Israeli shekels, was it? Appreciate it, thank you so much. It's 10,000 feet, gonna be our opening map of this best of 3 in a couple of moments. Again, that ready to go. Thank you so much. Just, yeah, a little reminder, guys, as well. Any donations on the stream, so this is part of the 2025 Championship. Any donations on the stream over the course of the next month, basically, while this tournament is happening, go directly into the tournament prize pool. So we're starting off with a $5,000 prize, and we want to try and double that. Now, that's not easily done, so if you enjoy the tournament, if you want to pay out the players and make this help to make this feel like a real championship event, you consider donating to the stream. Any donations, including even just YouTube Super Chats, will go into it. The Super Chats won't go onto the bottom left kind of counter straight away. I have to add those manually, which I'll do every couple of days. But, yeah, if you guys want to support the tournament, I want to see the prize pool raise, I want to see the players have even more to be playing for, then check out the option to donate. Like I say, we'll make sure it gets to the pocket of the players. It's all going to raising the prize pool. We want to try and double this prize pool up towards $10,000. So check that out if you have a chance, or you're feeling generous, or you're just enjoying what you're seeing. In the top left-hand side, we're going to start off with our player who was a map away from qualifying yesterday, and then it all went wrong against Trigger. Now he has another ZVP ahead of him to try and qualify today, as he takes on another Protoss. In the top left, Rogue will be our blue Zerg. And in the bottom right, our red Protoss is going to be SOS. For only the second time ever in a WardiTV tournament. I really do find that part of it kind of crazy, to be honest, though. I still, it's still kind of a pretty crazy fact that he just hasn't played in. Just because we've been doing it for so long, SOS has been around for so long, and you know, I get it. Like, not all of these guys have been, you know, online players all their careers and so on, but like, it's just so rare that you find someone that's you know, that this is the case for. So kind of cool to see him playing today for that reason, alongside all the others as well. Alrighty, we got ourselves a low ground gateway. We have an Overlord coming over, and this was an early pull from Rogue, so into the action immediately as the drone gets in. Cancels the Nexus as SOS realizes what's going on. Hatchery then goes down in place of the Nexus, and the probes will pull. We'll start a Zealot up on the gateway. This is obviously not walled just yet, but the pylon is in a weird place, so you can't really defend this well. Usually you want the gateway and then like a gap, and then you can kind of protect things, but right now that's going to be an issue. We do just get the Zealot out. The probes pulling, like I say, I actually think are a necessary commitment here because of the situation. The wall off is just a problem. Like I say, the pylon in the wall the way it was meant the Zealot would never... I mean, to be fair, we got it filled off pretty quickly anyway. Remember, Rogue is committing to this hatchery as well at the same time. A lot of probes off the mineral line right now, so a lot of lost mining. As we are now getting another Zealot on the way through. Cybercore's done, so we can maybe start getting Adept on the go as well. Probe's got to be super careful, but now your Zealot's surrounded. You want to try and save it. Another Zealot shows up. Our first Zealot does survive just about in the end as well, so keeping that alive and running for the moment. Let's just get ourselves onto this hatchery, and that's going to take a bunch more damage also. So Hatch taking some shots. Some Lings go the other way. These other Lings trying to get around. Just after a few of those probes. And just look for a few more kills. The other probes coming about. The Zealot going to be there. The Lings are coming over. And the Zealot and the probe still trying to fight. And that hatchery is about to complete. The Zerglings will still come around. The Lings is going to jump onto the pylon. Like, obviously, we've got a forge up. That cannon going to help. I mean, this has just been such a disrupted start here for SOS, but Rogue is still doing nothing but building Lings. So, I mean, as this cannon finishes, and you have a bit more defense, I mean, the problem is there's a hatch on the low ground, so... yeah, I mean, it's a little bit awkward for sure. I mean, I got no idea where this is going to end up turning to overall. It's definitely a little wild as that cannon actually gets jumped on here. We're going to try and get the cannon with the Adept to help out. Oh, it's going to be enough to get the cannon kill, isn't it? So the cannon will go down now. Queen out as well, and I think SOS doesn't have enough. He drops the sad face down. GG. Oh, Rogue is going to get a cheeky little win in game number 1 as that cannon does not hold. There you go. Qualifying mayhem, as Rogue just says. I don't want to play the longer ZVP. He wants to play the here and the now. And he gets himself, like I say, a quick, cheeky win on this to start us off. Game 2 coming up in a couple moments. Going to head into Ruby Rock. Game 2 coming up right here. We'll get this underway. Alright, Ruby Rock we go. Get this started off. Just ready to rumble. In the top left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the Blue Zerg. This is going to be Rogue, who is going to be now up a game thanks to that early pull against SOS in the bottom right side. The entire situation got a little bit messy pretty quickly. Let's see what SOS does this time around. Final Assimilator coming by. Just going to get the Overlord moving across. Again, settled. Drawn ready to become a hatch. Get that underway. Gateway coming down. Simulator about to complete. Probe in production. Hatch gas and pool coming about then. Gateway and the probe is still producing. Probe going down that side. Hatch gas and pool coming up. Nexus drops into place. And the Overlord just going to head down to the bottom right. And drop the Cyber Core into place. Overlord still heading down to the bottom right. Again, hatch gas and pool coming through. The drone on the way. Cybercore about halfway done. Going to be seeing that assimilator finishing. For the next couple of moments, just going to be seeing the probe heading straight into the natural. And again, probe will patrol a little bit. Gateway just chrono boosting. Stargate still producing through. Get that on the way for the moment and see where we're going to end up with in the near future here. It's just going to get all of that moving by. Again, link speed and the Queen on the way about. Bring that straight through. Looking pretty cozy overall. Again, link speed, Stargate. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Adept continues to the upper left-hand side as well. Going to be getting into this upper left in the next few moments and going from there. Phoenix and the Adept still building by. Just going to see the Adept popping out. Pro pulling back down. Warpgate and the Assimilators all coming online as well. 12 Zerglings on the way from Rogue, so chance to be a little aggressive with these. Obviously, maybe hunt down the Adept or so. Definitely gives you a chance to shut down some of the map control that the Protoss player would like to try and hold on to a little bit at least. Phoenix will just poke away at the Overlord, and that's going to drop down here. Already half HP and falling further as that Warpgate is not far from finishing up. Again, Overlord and the Ling still coming by. The Zerglings all coming across the map. I think it's actually going to get some good damage onto the Cybercore. I'll tell you what, the second Stargate Fleet Beacon is not exactly going to help you with this. The Lings are in! No! The wall is breaking down. That is nigh on disastrous right here. The probes are going to be in trouble, and SOS is going to fall to Rogue in an 8-minute series. Lings are the bane of SOS in this qualifying matchup. GG's Rogue qualifies for the WardiTV 2025 Championship. SOS will have some more shots next week. We'll hope to see him back in those qualifiers next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get to see him there. As we will head over to the NA server and go into Q versus uThermal then, guys. So we'll get that ready to rumble. And looking to kick this off. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Alright. Get this party starting. Alright, we just need to find uThermal. Is uThermal in Europe still? Cool. Alright, cool. Just done a couple things up, guys. Yeah, these guys not quite ready to go just because obviously that was a super fast series that we just had. So sometimes that happens. Yeah, I kind of want to cast I kind of want to cast the... I'm trying to figure out if the Beyond Hero game does anything on its own for the Korean Royale, but I don't think it does. So I think we're not going to cast the Beyond Hero game today. But I need the Beyond Classic game. It would be a great day to have the Beyond Classic games ready, but apparently Classic hasn't replied to Beyond in order for them to play it. And as such, we are not able to do it. So I kind of want to do both those Korean Royale matches at the same time. So I think we're just going to hold on from that for a moment. So, yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, so yeah, waiting for Q and uThermal just to veto up, guys. Get this ready to go. Get this ready to move into play. Very exciting, I know. Cool. Why do Protoss players have to innovate their walls every series? They like to keep it exciting, man. They like to keep it exciting. Alright, players are readying up, and we're going to be in game on Tourmaline here in just a few moments. See what's going to happen. Sweet, let's do this. Let's party on, guys. Let's do it. Sheila Jeff getting cool and we get this ready to rumble. In the top right side, our blue Terran player here is going to be uThermal. As we have in the bottom left, the red Terran, Q. So, opening game, TVT. Thermal does go out onto the map with an SCV already. Now, that's not right across the other side just yet, so it's not the closest to proxies. But it is looking to still be a fairly far forward structure in these early stages. So still going to get that set into place. So just one barracks out on the map. Get that put into position. Depot coming through. Going around the center. It's going to be a tech lab, so that's why it's a single barracks. How interesting. How very interesting. So yeah, gonna get that going, then a factory to follow it up as well, as we just take a couple of moments here. Get that all underway. Factory coming up on both sides. So yeah, we're going to build a Marauder. I wonder if we go concussive shells and we maybe try and like concussive shell like an early cyclone defensively or so, and then get a catch on it or something like that would be kind of cool. SCV's going to cross each other's pathway right now. Marauder retreating to the upper right hand side. The Reaper is going to come a-chasing. A couple of mementos. Marauder shot going off. And decent little bit of damage being done. Nothing too crazy overall. Reaper heads into this mineral line. Couple of grenades going down. SCVs take some shots. The Marauder will come back. Going the other way. Reaper does take a few more hits there. Concussive shells. It's going to be done in a moment. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see what the Marauder can do overall as that Reaper. And Cure just moves about. Yeah, going to be finishing up in a couple moments as well. Just going to get that in position. And yeah, Reactor commands into Cyclone. All of that coming through. He actually does catch the Reaper here to the concussive shells. But there's a high ground bunker, so how much can we really achieve with this? I mean, Cyclone on the way, so eventually we have like a little bit of like long-term kind of I can lock on and just kind of damage from afar scenario. Intrigue. Cyclone coming back the other way. Hellion takes some shots. The other Marauder is going to get to you. I don't think there's anything we can really do now. We spread out to try and maybe catch the Cyclone if it steps forward. The one Marauder far left is actually very smart because I think that gives you a very good, reasonable chance of actually seeing some success there. The Hellion still pinging about. Just going to be seeing the Marauders are stepping through. Bunker is going to salvage up on the high ground. Commandson is going to float on over. And that bunker salvage coming through, and 3 Marauders going to be up against the Siege Tank is the most problematic thing here, because that is going to mean that you can't really do much else right now. CC's going to float across, the Marauders and the Hellion pull back to the sides just for now. A bunch of those Marauders still going the other way. Raven coming through, the Marauder's going to return home. This really was unexciting in the end. I mean, Cure just makes a slow breakout. uThermal and Cure are both going to expand similar times. Cure's just a few SCVs ahead. You know, uThermal invested into Marauders, which are kind of expensive early game units to make. You know, they're 100 minerals and the gas cost as well. Obviously, you know, adds up quickly, so just kind of puts us into a weird little starting point where I say overall, Cure is just in that better position. Like, he just comes out of this in a much more comfortable place. Has got to kind of like where he's at for the moment. Raven, Interference Matrix coming through. Let's see that Hellion going around the bottom. Just to make a little bit of a shove right now, get into that bottom side, looking to take position here. Not sure it's going to be able to do too much. That Starport coming through as well. A couple of Vikings still coming in. Siege Tank production continues. Let's have the Tech Lab still chilling as the Hellion of uThermal comes around the bottom. Hellion goes the other way. Siege Tank in a good position. Still got the Vikings, Tank and the Marine coming through. Tanks will unsiege and try and run forward a little bit, so take a chance to move across. I mean, Kira just says, I like my army. Realistically, he's up a tank. He's up 2 Ravens. Like, he's got a lot of reasons to be happy. Now, he is up against 5 Vikings. He's actually going double starport, so he wants to push off 2 bases on this. Pretty easy to run across map. So that's going to be part of his plan. But what I actually wonder about here, though, is because uThermal's just been spamming Vikings, he's also on double starport. Maybe uThermal's air control can see some success for him. He has more air units right away. A lot of this will come down to the first fight and whether the Ravens can kind of pull their weight as well. That's going to determine a lot of this, as we just see the first couple of shots going through. Cyclone's going to kill a Viking. Any air control you deny right now is pretty reasonable. Like I say, the Ravens are going to go down kind of quickly. Sieging up those tanks, SCVs will pull. We just got to defend this. As uThermal, you're going to be happy if you can defend. The Vikings landing is huge. He's going to clean out the tanks super quickly. It's a good fight, but it's expensive when it comes to the SCVs. Like, he lost a lot of workers to make this happen. The benefit uThermal right now is that he's chasing this down and he's getting a few more kills as he goes. But then the tank sets up. You can see the double scan from uThermal trying to figure out where the defense is going to be made from QS. Sees the tank setup and realizes that it's time for him to already turn back home, turn tail and run and just hide away for now instead. Means gather a few more Vikings and CCs coming up. Siege tank on the way. Viking tank on the side of uThermal as well. It's just bringing all of that through and online currently. And set up pretty nicely overall. Again, those Vikings still gather up. I mean, uThermal just losing those SCVs is what he's not recovering from. Does he have air control at least? 7 Vikings to the 8 and a Liberator, so no, not really. I don't think uThermal has anything going his way, in fact. I think he's genuinely in a spot of trouble, and that's why the SCVs are going to pull, so he knows it. He's just going to try and make it happen. He poisoned himself to protect a third base. I don't even think that necessarily puts him so far out of position, to be honest. I still think he's in an alright place. The Liberator is going to be a distraction as we try and set up at the front. I unfortunately really am just not a believer. Let's see. If I should have been... We are going to get rid of the first tank. The tank in the back doing some work. Obviously, uThermal giving up SCVs to make that happen. The Vikings will land, and now we still have the other tank in the back still whacking away. We get rid of it. Obviously, Vikings on the ground do a lot of work in these scenarios as well, so it's going to be something at least as these tanks still try to settle down and get into position here. I mean, uThermal's going to have a good siege up. He's got an army supply lead, so he did win the battle so far. Is that enough to keep us going? Those tanks still whacking away. Depot's still going down. Tank returning fire. The other tank taking some more shots. Vikings landing once again. Those depots still burning on up for the moment. I think this one is looking pretty doomed, guys. I mean, uThermal can kind of sit here. Q's already expanding to the top left just to get another base up and running. I just don't think there's a lot of longevity kind of going on this one, to be honest. I don't think we've got a lot of longevity in the slightest, so Vikings actually landed down and make a pretty good push out. And uThermal's never had the economy to stay in this game long term, so as the Vikings do well enough, the tank gets forward. We're just going to push uThermal away, and Kira is going to stabilize on his front doorstep and not going to let uThermal, like I say, run away with this game. Number one of the best of 3 in any way, shape, or form. Vikings return back up top. Tanks and the other units, SCVs and so continue to gather together. Vikings come back across. Just going to be seeing those few Vikings moving through a little bit as well, decide what they want to do. Vikings gather up. It's going to gather in there. The order command going to get set up. Kyo's just expanding like crazy. He's now becoming a 5-base Terran, funnily enough, and uThermal's still a 2-base Terran in return. uThermal doubled down on the starports, went to 3, but I just don't think air control alone is going to do this for him. I mean, right now, to be fair, Kyo has like 2 more tanks, and he's going to lose the air battle, so maybe, question mark? I mean, got the missile turrets there to try and deny that from kind of being too much of a factor anyway, though, so it's really, really difficult to be too much of a believer in this, because that tank still puts the work out. Turret is going to go down. Vikings still chilling overhead. The Vikings will head across, chasing through. Against the main base. Are we going to try and land them? That'd be kind of crazy, no? Are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? We land the 1. I mean, hey, that's one way to bypass some of the anti-air measures that were put in place, like turrets, and so Q is going to come and fight. sure, I guess. I mean, the Vikings that spawn in actually kind of help a lot as well. uThermal loses out on the air control. He's going to try and run it on this right side, but he really is losing a lost game. He is really fighting a lost game, I should say. This does seem to be kind of over. Vikings still shooting through. The orbital command still taking damage. We land the Vikings down again for a bit more damage. GG says uThermal. Q takes game 1 of this best of 3. Into game 2 in the next few moments. Well, that was another game which we kind of, I think, knew was coming to a close sooner than it did. That feels like a lot of things today. Oh, I'm the host. Ruby Rock for game number 2. This will be Q as server preference for game 2 as well. Let's get that sorted out. Awesome. It's locked in. uThermal here, and we can go. Ready. Let's do it. 2 coming up. In the top left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the Red Terran. It is going to be Q leading the Series 1-0, map away from qualifying to our 2025 Championship. In the bottom right side, our Blue Terran is uThermal. We got this underway. Barracks coming through on both sides. Just going to see the refineries coming up as well. And we'll see if we will have double gas from either player, or if we have a one gas expand, or we'll just vibe out what the kind of idea here is in general. And the SCV's coming through. There's the SCV going across the map. So you're just going to go scout. It is a one gas opener, so SCV scouting makes sense when you're one gas. It does not really make sense when you're double gas, because you're naturally going to be able to defend most things without the need for the scout, so you don't typically see it in those scenarios. But obviously, like I say, in this scenario, we are going to see that gas coming through. So we get that straight underway. SCV coming about. Again, the orbital command coming through. The Reaper's coming into place. Factory starting from uThermal as well. Just going to get that brought straight into action for the moment. Reaper will finish very shortly. And again, the orbital command still building by for the next couple of moments. Again, whenever this series qualifies, the loser will have more chances next week, as we have additional qualifiers still to come. So I'll remind you guys on that one, but yeah, this is not your only chance, so there are going to be more chances a bit further down the line. CC coming up, the Reaper Hellion on the way in, factory in production as well in that main base. We just get that on the move, the Reaper. coming to take a little move around as well, taking position here. To jump into the bunker that houses the SCV. Settles. Is he gonna land and be done? uThermal's building in the top right. He just threw double starport down in the top right of the map. So, if you're wondering what uThermal's plan is, this may very well explain it to you. It's gonna involve getting a little bit of aggro, is the TLDR in these next few moments, to say the least. So, you got that set up. The starport's coming through already. I have the couple of starports building. Then the starport from Cure is on its way up. And this proxy, I mean, what do we do off of this? Do we go something wild like Banshees, or are we just looking to create air control? I feel like Banshees, it almost makes sense just you have to build Banshees or something, because otherwise, if you're not at home with the starport, you could have just thrown it onto a reactor that's left over from the barracks or so, you know? That could have been a possibility, maybe. Tech labs finish, hyperflight rotors will begin. Marines coming by. Just gonna see the units just settling down on the ramp. And yeah, Raven coming up. Interference Matrix halfway done. The siege tank still producing. That's about halfway through as well at the moment. The units gathering and waiting to set out. The hyperflight rotors is halfway done. And then it's going to be cloaked behind it as well, so we are going to get both the Banshee upgrades and just build a bunch of Banshees and hope that that can put some work in and put you into a seriously good position very quickly. That's the plan for the moment. Bunker wants to hold on for a couple of seconds, nothing really too wild just yet. We're waiting for the Banshees, really. That's going to be our talking point of this game, almost certainly, as we will get those Banshees forward and take the chance to get into the mineral lines. Hyperflight road is done, so you already have a little bit more escapability with these Banshees. We fly in, we get rid of the Cyclone. And Marines show up, auto turrets as well. Do not want to lose the Banshees, obviously, because you've invested a lot into them. You'd like to keep those alive. Into the main mineral line, where there's not going to be a defense right now. A single Marine is chasing. There's going to be 6, 7 workers going down. Going to turn around, get the Marine. Just saves the Banshee. I mean, Q's going across the map. Q says, well, if you're committing this too much to this, what defense do you actually have? There are more Banshees in the upper right-hand side. You might have to bring those over here. Like I say, get some defense going. We need something at home to help us survive this as uThermal. Otherwise, all that damage he just did, right? So far, he's equalized the work count, so there's definitely work to be done. As Kira, like I say, is intrigued about continuing to push forward. uThermal's still poised on the other side of the map as well, by the way, so I really thought Kira was going to attack before we kind of got back to uThermal, but nope, he doesn't. So the one Banshee goes to the natural, and 2 Banshees go into the main base. The problem is scanning all these different locations for the Banshees is going to be something that's hard to keep on top of. So that's definitely looking like a problem here, most likely overall, as we do see 16 workers going down already. Banshees will now get cleaned up. Pure, do you want to push in at the front door is now going to become my question. Is this somewhere you want to attack into, or are we not feeling it? Like I say, I think that's a very good question at this stage, and one that's not immediately super easily answered. Another scan coming out, keeping an eye on everything over there. Marines wanting to step through. Tank is going to shoot. A few hits coming back and forth. Again, the rest of the units coming around. You're looking to push in at the front. He's down 25 workers, so he really needs this attack to work for him. uThermal defensively. I mean, it's not really any tanks or anything. It's just Cyclones. Can he overwhelm the position? He's still trying to get defensive at home. He's losing even more SCVs. Like, again, he cannot be more committed to this attack on the other side. He's got to get in and start doing some work. He's got the anti-air here that Banshee should not overwhelm him. As long as he keeps the Marines near the tanks, he has got the Vikings as well, so that should also help in the right direction there. So those are things that can definitely, like I say, push you where you kind of need to be on this. Tanks will fire. SCV's taking some trouble. Having me and Cyclone Macfield coming through as well. Another couple of Vikings join up overhead. The Orbital Command still taking shots. Depot taking hits. Cyclone going to return fire onto a few more of those units. Like I say, uThermal has to break out of this. He can lose so many workers because obviously he's killed so many workers in the process of getting here. So he can give up a lot of workers to make it happen. These tanks need to try and target fire the units in the back. I love the auto turrets. They're going to help a lot against the SCVs. The Vikings get onto the Banshees. Can we get rid of the Banshees in time? Yes, we can. Cure is going to break through. GG, well played, says uThermal, as Cure escapes from trouble here in Game 2 and takes 2-0 to advance to the next stage of the competition, which is the main event. So congrats to Cure winning out the qualifying match here today. And just like that, he is set up into that next round of the competition, which is qualified. So congrats to Cure on the win. Him and Rogue qualify through. GG's and well played. Faster qualified today then, guys. Yesterday we went for 3 hours at least, but today a bit shorter. Like I said, I really did want to try and do the Beyond versus I really did want to try and do the Beyond versus Hero and Beyond Classic games today, but I don't have the Beyond Classic replays. They've not played yet, so I kind of need that. I want to do them together instead of just doing like one series now for no reason, basically. So yeah, we'll just wait on that for another day. I'm not currently scheduled to go live tomorrow, guys, but I'll see when I get back home. I do think I want to go live. I think I want to probably go live and cast the Crank Team League finals at the very least. So we probably do that, but I don't know what time I'll be able to get going. So that's probably going to happen, but I have no confirmation of exactly when it's going to be just yet. So that's a work in progress, basically. Cool. Anything else for me to say? I do not think so. We're just going to call it a quick day. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I will see you guys next time for more StarCraft 2, which will be probably tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not sure what time. I'm deciding if I want to do the Black Friday Cup or not as well. Trying to decide if that's something we put on. Is there anything else happening on Friday, StarCraft 2 wise? Just wondering, like, if there's any other tournaments to already fill Friday up, because if there's not, maybe we really do go for it. Let's have a look. I don't think so. Oh, I do have Kung Fu Cup replays. I'm already mentally checked out for the day, though. I do have Kung Fu Cup replays. I'm gonna take an easier day. We'll come back and do some casting tomorrow, though. That's probably a good call overall. All right, I'll see you guys later. Crank replay tomorrow would be good. Yeah, I would love to do the Crank replay finals first, and then we have the Kung Fu Cup replays as good like buffer content for other points in time. So I think that's maybe where we go for the foreseeable future, guys. I think that might be what we do. So, yeah. So yeah, sorry for the shorter day, guys, but just the way the qualifier worked out, and just the way that the replays worked out as well. It happens. It happens. All right, I will see you guys. I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day, guys.